Hey, this is Steve Sterlacci, and this is my Paisley Print preset for the Line 6 Helix Marketplace. Hey guys, today I am very excited to share with you guys that I have a new and my first marketplace preset available for purchase on the Line 6 website. This first preset that I made for you guys is based on the tone of Brad Paisley. Brad's been one of my biggest influences since I've been playing guitar, and I love his style and I love his playing and most of all his tone. He's got such a unique tone and such a unique touch that I've always been obsessed with this. So I've done hours and hours of research, reading up on forums, articles, interviews, watched videos, studied live videos. You name it, I've done it when it comes to Brad's tone. So I was really excited to really put a lot of time and energy into recreating his exact rig within the Helix. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The main sound is a combination of two of Brad's favorite amps. He always uses a Vox style amp, and then he usually blends it with another type of amp, particularly his Z-Rec amp, which sounds very similar to the Trainwreck model that we have in the Helix. So what I've recreated in the Helix is a 4-snapshot preset that's varying levels of gain, but not just varying levels of gain, it also has different blends of the two amps and cabinets put together. Brad attributes in a lot of interviews, he always talks about how he blends two cabinets together always. So long mic one cabinet, short mic another cabinet. So I have recreated that also, and the different blends give you a really cool variety of tones from really clean to more overdriven, as dirty as Brad Paisley's tone gets. So it's not, it's not overly distorted, but it's a fair amount of drive, especially for a Tele. So for the preset, I used 3 different guitars. And the first being this. So this is a real 1968 Telecaster, the same year that Brad plays. The pickups in this are also Lindy Fralin vintage style pickups, similar to what Brad uses. He said in interviews that his pickups are about 7K or so, and that's about what these are. So this is my main copier to get the tone. I mean, this is pretty much the exact guitar that he has. He's just got a different finish on it. He's got a pink Paisley. The second guitar that I used for the preset is a guitar that I put together. So this is a parts Tele. It's a Warmoth neck, Maverick guitar parts body. Nothing fancy here. I think a common concern with some of the Helix users that are looking to purchase presets, they're very worried about the preset maker using an expensive guitar and something that's going to sound really good no matter what. So I wanted to include this. This is a parts guitar that I just assembled myself. I had a B-bender installed in it. As you see, the Paisley pickguard. I've had this guitar for a long time, so you could see how long I go with my Brad Paisley stuff. But he has a G-bender. I have a B-bender. I had to settle. It's whatever. But this guitar has, these are Fender original vintage series pickups. They are vintage output regular pickups. I think it's like $90 for the set. So this is by no means an expensive guitar. It's not a custom made, boutique build. This is something that I literally put together myself and just had a B-bender installed. So this is my my working man's guitar that shows you guys that I didn't just use really expensive stuff to make these presets. The third guitar that I used for the preset is, and may come as a surprise to people, but I use this. This is my JTV 59 Variax. And something cool that I am including in a separate purchase, if you are a Variax user, you can purchase the same exact preset, but with my Variax model in it. So I spent a lot of time going back and forth and spent a lot of time in Workbench matching the real 68 Tele with the same pickups that Brad Paisley uses to my Variax. Like, I spent a lot of time with the isolated tracks and going back and forth and really matched my Telecaster bank that I have to my real Tele. So I think that this one sounds really cool. You'll hear it in the playing demonstration. But this is my Variax, and that's going to be my Variax Telebank. The two of those will be available separately. So if you don't have a Variax, you'll just purchase the regular Paisley Print. If you are a Variax user, there's a separate one that says Paisley Print V. That's the one that is tuned for the Variax. They're the same exact preset, don't get me wrong. They're the same preset. One has the Variax activation on the input. The other one is the guitar input. But I do have a specific input impedance to work well with the Tellies. So if you're a Variax user, I'd go with the Variax one, and you could just change the input to guitar if you go to a real Telly, or just use the Telebank if you want to use it with your Variax. Either way, it'll sound great. So to get a little deeper with what exactly is in this, I have, again, studied so many of Brad's rigs, and really for the past 20 years, his tone has been relatively consistent. He's a big gear nut. He changes gear all the time. There's pedals coming and going on his board all the time, but the basis of his tone has really remained the same almost throughout his entire career. And what all of his techs talk about in a lot of the rig rundown videos, they talk about they use different levels of gain on the amps to give him certain sounds, and other nights he wants a pedal, some nights he wants this, some nights he wants that. So it's hard to totally dial in exact live sounds, but what I've created here, I've made this board big enough to where any Brad Paisley song you need to play, it's covered in here. Whatever effects he's ever put on a record, if you could find one that I didn't include on here, then please let me know in the comments section. I'll be glad to tweak one, and I'll send you the preset again with the new effect on it. But as far as his live tone goes, this board can cover any and all of his tones that you'll hear him play at a concert. I've been gigging with this preset. I've been using it live for the past couple of weeks. Since Line 6 asked me to make these presets for Marketplace, I have been gigging with this. Once I finished it, I put it right to use. I took it out and I was using it on gigs, and I really got it dialed in to sound great through a PA. I think it sounds great direct recording, and I think that I've really gotten Brad's tone pretty dang good in here. A big part of his tone is also the player. So something to keep in mind as the player, you got to pick hard. He digs in, and that's what makes the amp work the way that it works. If you're going to use a soft nylon pick and play gently, you're not going to sound like him. If you really dig in and you play some of his riffs, play it hard and pluck it hard with your fingers, then I think you'll be really happy. So the three songs that you're going to be hearing those guitars in, I chose because I think that they really showcase the tone more so than the playing. Obviously, Brad's an incredible player, and I think when he plays his super fast runs, it's awesome. I love it, but I don't think that that showcases his tone as well. So the three playing examples that you're about to see really, in my opinion, showcase the tone and what this preset can do. So I hope you guys enjoy them.
Girl, like a river meets the sea, stronger than it's ever been. We've come so far since that day, and I thought I loved you then. I can just see you sitting on a bench, 'cause you don't mind waiting on a woman. I've read somewhere statistics show
So thank you guys for checking this out, and I hope that you'll check out my Paisley Print preset available on the Line 6 Marketplace. And if you're interested in any other Helix videos, content, and other stuff, you can feel free to subscribe to the channel, and you'll have access to all my Helix playlists and all the different tips and tricks that I have for the Line 6 Helix.